The opening hole at Dormie Club is a welcoming par 4 and a perfect way to start the round. A wide fairway welcomes golfers of all skill levels, but an ideal tee shot will leave the player with a low to mid-iron from the left center of the fairway. A large, undulating green awaits on the approach, with several banks available to help get your ball closer to the hole. The second hole steps up the difficulty level, requiring more strategy off of the tee. It's another wide fairway, but you will need to hug the large left fairway bunker closely if you want to attack the flagstick. The second shot plays slightly uphill to a deceptively difficult green, and anyone missing to the left of the green is going to have a very difficult up and down attempt. Once on the putting surface, you need to pay close attention to your read, as your putt will most likely break more than you perceive. The third is Dormie Club's first of 2 drivable par 4s. A long iron off the tee will leave you just short of a treacherous fairway bunker. You'll have a wedge in your hand there, but a bolder player may choose to challenge that same bunker with their driver and give themselves a better chance at birdie. However, just being close to this green doesn't always make things easier, as there are 5 different tiers that will keep your attention. Another wide fairway greets you at the 4th, although the left side of the fairway is favorable to catch the downward slope. Too far to the left, and you will be challenging yourself with 2 small pot bunkers that'll grab an errant tee shot. The best approach shot will allow for the left to right slope of the green to take over and feed the ball down to the hole. And once on the green, the player will be rewarded with a breathtaking view of Butterfly Lake and hopefully a birdie. The 5th is one of the most scenic holes at Dormie Club, but also the most demanding. The tee shot requires a carry that gets farther away the more you try to go right. The left side of the fairway typically remains drier, thus yielding a bit of a speed slot if you want to gain some extra distance. The hole narrows as you approach the green, requiring an accurate second shot to another undulating green. There are once again multiple tiers, as well as a large mound protecting the left side of this green. Precise distance control is the key to giving yourself a good look at birdie. The 6th is the first of 3 par 5s on the course, and from the tee, the landing area is blind, but this hole features one of the widest fairways at Dormie Club. The large fairway bunker on the right can be visually intimidating, but not an issue for a well-struck tee shot. Longer hitters will have an opportunity to reach this green in 2, but should be wary of bunkers surrounding the green. Once you're on the putting surface, you should have a fairly simple putt, as this is one of the more benign greens on the entire course. Dormie Club's signature hole, here it is, the par 3 7. It's a reverse Redan with some length. A significant tee shot over a marsh is required just to reach this green, which is also protected by 3 large bunkers in front. With all of the trouble short and to the right, it's no surprise to find golfers in the bailout area to the left of the green. The number 1 handicap hole features another blind shot to a fairway with a massive right-to-left slope, so it's imperative to start your ball on the correct line. Anything too far to the left will be blocked out by the tree line, and too far right will leave you at the top of the hill. This green slopes hard towards the lake on the left, giving you options as to where you play your second to get it close. A par at this hole should make any golfer proud. The front 9 concludes at the medium-length par 3 ninth. 4 bunkers and a severe false front protect this 2-tiered green. The top shelf is narrow and leaves no room for error, and if you get behind this green, it will require a world-class pitch shot to get up and down for par. The back 9 opens with a monster of a par 5 that doglegs to the left around a wetland area. A wide landing area once again highlights some of the gentle slopes of the property. Longer hitters may choose to challenge the wetland on their tee shot, providing a much easier second shot to lay up. Shorter hitters will have to decide which side of the principal's nose bunker to lay up on to give themselves the best angle to attack this large green. The 11th is a medium-length uphill par 4 with a cross bunker entering from the right side of the fairway. Players will have to choose whether to challenge the bunker with the driver or lay up with a 3-wood or long iron. For those that lay up, the approach shot is blind to a green that is well protected short and right by a large bunker. The green slopes from back to front and angles front left to back right. Birdie is very makeable here, but it all depends on the drive and the precision of your second shot. The shortest of Dormie Club's par 3s, the 12th is anything but a pitch and putt. The Coore and Crenshaw staple maxes out at just 115 yards, but finding the right spot on this green is crucial. The large bowl can be inviting if the pin is there, but can also lend itself to a 3-putt or worse if the hole happens to be located on one of the 2 shelves. After playing the shortest par 3, you step to the tee on the longest par 4 on the golf course. The 13th can stretch out to just over 500 yards. While being one of the straightest holes at Dormie Club, it's also one of the toughest. You need to keep your drive down the left side and find that speed slot, creating much-needed extra distance. The green complex slopes from left to right, feeding the ball towards any right-side hole location. The second of Dormie Club's Drivable Par Fours gives you one of the best birdie opportunities on the course, but that doesn't mean a big number can't also be made. The left tree line and a deep bunker on the right serve as the primary defense of this 290-yard hole. Hug the left tree line to gain access to the green in one, but for those not lucky enough to do so, flirting with the right side on approach can result in a nearly impossible up and down. One of the most scenic holes, the 15th, demands a forced carry over the native wetlands. Depending on how much risk you want to take on, this hole can play very, very short. The ideal line is at the first of the two farthest fairway bunkers. Too far to the left side of the fairway, and your second shot can become semi-blind to a severely back-to-front sloping green. This downhill hole wraps up a spectacular collection of par threes on the course. Typically playing into the wind, proper club selection is imperative here. The green is canvassed by bunkers on either side and native areas beyond that. Once you are lucky enough to get on the green, keep an eye out for the spine that spans the length of the green right down the middle. The final par 5 at Dormie Club, the 17th, offers some of the most picturesque scenery the course has to offer. Take aim at the oak tree off of the tee to be sure to keep it in the fairway if you want a chance to go with this green in two. On your approach shot, take into account the elevated green and be sure to cover the expansive fairway bunker, which is Dormie Club's tribute to Hell's Half Acre. Another multi-tiered green being on the right level is essential to having a makeable birdie putt. The finishing hole at Dormie Club offers yet another beautiful view of the property. A cross bunker splits the fairway and again makes proper club selection vitally important. Longer hitters may try to hit over the bunker, bringing trouble into play with a wayward shot, but the approach is then played into a green that measures 52 yards in depth from front to back. Distance control is crucial on approach if you want to end the round on a high note.